Hello and welcome back, everybody. Akon here, and I know it's been a little bit of time. I've just been taking a small break from Dragalia because of I've just been bored with it recently. Not much has been happening. It's been same old, but finally we do have something new that is coming out. And if most of you guys were up at Reset, you would know that we have a new Gala Dragalia remix that is coming tomorrow. So I'll be going over the remix, saying if it's worth or not, and I'll be saying my thoughts at the end of the video while I go over what the units do. So hopefully you do end up enjoying this video, and I do want to try something new soon. It'll be different. It will give me a reason not to summon, but still say whether or not this unit is worth after they've already come out. So it's something. It's something I want to test out because that's something I've noticed recently. I would have to do a showcase in order to say if it's worth or not. I want to try something new. So without further ado, let's jump into what the current video is. So first of all, the new unit is 5-star Kimono Notte. All right, she will be in the general pool. So if that takes a 7 or not, there you go. General pool Kimono Notte will be a light staff. We did technically get teased on this a while ago at this point by the voice actress, so that is something absolutely. But then the returning Gala adventure is Gala Luca. So as we already know, he is a monster outside of Nihility content, pretty much a must-have at this point. Very, very strong. But then we have a dragon here being Gala Thor. And as we know, Gala Thor, he can do pretty well outside of Nihility, apologies. But inside Nihility, he is literally garbage. He is terrible inside of Nihility. So definitely some stuff to think about there. So now I'll be going over all three of these before I say my thoughts on this banner. So first of all, Kimono Notte, all right, the new one that everyone is more than likely going to be chasing for. So first skill is shareable. It will restore HP as well as HP regen, and it will also restore additional HP based on the number of butterflies the user currently has. Also, increasing entire team's shatter resistance if the user has 6 or more, and it will consume them all upon use. So it's a melee mechanic. So Notte has melee mechanics to as of where she will deal with butterflies. That's nice. Haven't seen that mechanic in quite a long time. So always nice to see old mechanics get some love. Then when she's shapeshifted, she's going to have a metamorphosis gauge. Kind of saw this coming, or with adventure or not. Deals damage to multiple targets and enemies near those targets, and inflicts flash burn. Flash burn is always nice. Also deals additional damage at the location of the user's summoned butterflies, including those summoned by the user's second skill, and consumes them. So also revolving around the butterfly mechanic, the more you have, the more damage you'll do off of the shape-shifted skill. So first of all, it's a 6.2 shared skill cost. I do not know how this compares to how other healers work, because that's something I never really looked for in healers, because they all run skill haste out the asshole pretty much. But with her, you might want to build her more to be a DPS. So this could potentially be something to keep note of. Just be warned about that. But also the shallow res, it's 20% for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is alright, but 20%, that is pretty nice right there. Then when shapeshifted, it's about a 1.5 mod, and 6 butterflies. That alone, that's probably going to be about 2 to 3k right there. 2 to 2.5, I should say. So not bad for a healer, at the least. That's not bad at all. And flash burn, once again, always nice to have on hand. Now we move into S2, being Fairy Fortune. Restores HP to all teammates, removes afflictions, and increases the modifier applied to damage against shadow attuned enemies for the entire team. That's cool. and will also fill the user's metamorphosis gauge based on number of butterflies. Increases intensity's max HP if the user has 6 or more, then it will consume all the butterflies. And this does say it is 10% HP increase, and also it'll be 10% light damage for 30 seconds. 30 seconds is going to be great here with a skill cost of 8.9. That's a little bit on the high side. Then also, when shapeshifted, deals damage to surrounding enemies and summons 4 butterflies that will circle the user for 13 seconds. The butterflies will disappear when the user's shapeshift ends. So this is a Xena mechanic to as of where you have stuff that circles the user and it will deal hits. That is nice, actually. She really is, old mechanics are being mixed in with the new. I like that. I really do like that. But then there'll just be 1,000 mod on one hit, and these will be 72 per one hit every 1.5 seconds for the total of the 13 seconds. I don't know how much additional mod that could be, but I'm assuming it's going to be no greater than 2K. No greater than 2K. So Not does have alright mods, I would say. Like, don't get me wrong, she is a healer, all right? She is most definitely a healer, but I'm just not sure right now. Recovery potency, but the biggest kicker about her is Light now has access to the combo equals shape shift prep. That is now going to exist in the game. Or Light adventurers, I should say. Oh boy, yay. So this is going to be a lot of reason why people summon, because we have Ilya, that does exist. We have Laxi, that does exist. So this is definitely going to be quite the spectacle. Quite the spectacle indeed. And as we know, Metamorphosis, this just says how it works. She will grant a life shield equal to 20% of the user's max HP upon the start of quests. This is what most fairies do in the game, so honestly to be expected that she does gain this. User's standard attacks, force strikes, and dash attacks will instead summon butterflies that pursue the target. These butterflies will disappear upon shapeshifting or when the user's shapeshift ends. The user's force strikes will also restore HP to all teammates. See, now I do want to draw attention to this, because if I remember correctly, Sandeflon's standard attacks did this. So that's what makes Sandy very good. Because it's not force strikes, this will only really apply when the enemy is in the overdrive state. So stuff like corrosion might be an issue when it comes to not, unless if for some reason her potency and her recovery and her HP regen are potent enough to deal with it. I feel like it might be an issue. But once again, obviously, we're gonna have to wait and see. But also, in addition to the user's first or second skills, including the user's skills when shapeshifted, will grant them a critical damage amp with a maximum amp of level 1. After this amp is granted, this ability will not grant it again for 8 seconds. So, crit damage amp. Yay. Gala Zephyr right there. Oh boy, and we have Gala Luca existing. Oh boy, that is going to be fun. We have Ilya existing. Oh boy, we have double buff. Oh boy, I think you guys are sensing a pattern here. So TLDR, this is going to be potentially borked. Right? This is going to be borked potentially. Especially with some of the options that Light does have existing, where they can pretty much guarantee critical hits. Mainly being Ilya and Luca. So just imagine that as a team for Gauntlet, alright? You have Roizen, you have Gala Luca, you have Ilya, and now you have Kimono Notte. Imagine that, alright? You guys can have fun with that. But then to top it off, we have Poison Res and we have Skill Prep, 100%. So that's nice, especially because Poison Res, because you can easily get a curse res. You can very easily get curse res. So this is nice. That is very nice. So moving on to the next adventure, returning Gala Luca. Now, as I have mentioned a little bit earlier in this video, crits. All right, he is crits. All right, the skill's crit rate and the crit rate of will be increased by 10% for each buff with a different icon applied to this user. AKA, it's pretty much guaranteed. So I guess he's a crit monster, but then also he'll increase his critical damage by 80%. Once again, this will work outside of Nihility, unfortunately, but he's still going to be a great option because he can still technically stack up on a lot of. He can still have crit damage through other sources, so he's still definitely going to be really damn strong, very, very strong. But then also standard strength co-op as well as a flurry resistance. That's always going to be nice to have. He will have access to 3 unique critical rate buffs just from his connecting call. Increases Luca's crit rate by 4% for every buff with a different icon applied to him up to 28%. This in of itself is really good. In addition, applies one of the following buffs to Luca every time one of his attacks is a critical hit. He will have 3 being Sylvan, Secret Arts, Human Wisdom, and Rokan Experience. Each of these will increase Luca's crit rate by 3% in of itself. So this is going to be very nice, but also keep in mind only one instance of each buff can be active at the same time. After activating this ability will not activate again for 3 seconds, meaning you can have all 3 of these buffs, but however you cannot have 2 Sylvan Secret Arts. So in short, you can have 3% crit rate per buff, so 9% of these 3, and these 3 will count toward this as well, and it will also count toward the S1. So yeah, he can really start to get up a lot of critical rate. Then also this when you do Omnisite him, because yes, he is Omnisite worthy if you are struggling outside of Nihility, or even just take your time with Jaws of the Mighty in general. This becomes a dual res. He will gain access to a dual res, so keep that in mind. He does become dual res, but right now he's only curse res. But then also, Flurry Devastation is very nice, and if I'm correct, this just becomes outright crit rate. So that is going to be even better for him, helping him out, making sure he guarantees his crits. Now, I would personally prefer crit damage, obviously, because you really don't need that much crit rate. But hey, it's still nice to have. So TLDR on him, he is a crit monster, absolute critical monster that can work outside of Nihility. I mean inside Nihility. God damn it! I woke up like an hour ago. I apologize, but like at the same time, he can be used inside Nihility. He just excels outside of Nihility, so he is going to be a very, very strong option overall. And now we move into the dragon being Gala Thor. All right, so first of all, you will continuously tap the screen, which will increase the damage of the skill. And it will have 3 stages. So it's tap, 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 and there you go. Pretty much. The attack will be unleashed after a set time or upon reaching stage 3. Very nice. It'll inflict paralysis. It's 1 hit up to a 1.7k modifier. It's a nice skill. So also Chariot Rider 5. It will increase the user's strength by 50%. Increases the user's energy level by 1 stage every 5 seconds that pass, and provides a further increase to the user's strength based on the user's energy level, up to a max of 45% when the user is energized. So this is going to be good because it's 95% strength and you are energized, meaning your next skill will naturally do increased damage. So people have paired him with Gala Luca before, and at least in Tartarus, back in the older days, were able to output monstrous amounts of damage. And also, Thunderbringer 2, when the user's shapeshift is undone, energizes the entire team. Good. It's good. It just works really well. Now, obviously, Thor does get better when you pair him with someone who deals with energy. So, especially with Anna Lee, man. mana spiral, this combination is going to be incredibly strong. So that could be reason for some for Thor. But however, when you put Thor inside Nihility based content, he is going to suck ass. All right, he's only to be used outside of Nihility. So if you are struggling with outside of Nihility content, Thor is going to be a very good option. But still, either way, you are going to main Nyx either way. I'm just saying it right now. You would still rather main Nyx rather than Thor. He can still be used as a great AI dragon for said energy character, and Annalie is still going to be an incredible option to be paired up with him. Now to go over the banner in of itself, right? I'm going to go back up here. So first of all, I said my thoughts on Thor. Only summon him if you are struggling with content to get up to Nihility, to as which you'll drop him immediately anyway. So in my opinion, Thor is really okay on the summon. Gala Luca is going to be an incredibly strong outside of Nihility, but inside Nihility, he works still pretty well. Obviously not that meta, but he can still be an option that will work for you. So that's my thoughts on Gala Luca. Then the big one being Kimono not here. We have Hildegard. We have Vixel. We are still waiting on Gala Zethia Spiral. We don't need not. Now, don't get me wrong. The chain coab being like regular Knot or Galeonitis, it is very strong. Don't get me wrong. It is very strong. But also keep in mind, right now, we have light Agito weapons, and those on their alternative skill will be an attacking skill that also increases your dragon gauge. You'll have 3 of them. So I'm just saying that right there. Unless if for some reason unless for some reason like Iblis or something does something with dragon gauge, or maybe even the next mandatory endgame boss being Zodiark, Primal Zodiark, doing something with dragon gauge, I think Knot is not going to be as necessary as some people might think, because like we all know, Light is having a dispel issue, and a bunch of it has been resolved with some of these units, but most are still kind of locked to Trials of the Mighty or limited. So there is that right there. We have no general pool mana 50 that can effectively dispel at the least of what can come to mind. So there is still that issue a little bit there. They are giving out more Omnisite, so there is that. So there is that there. Shadow resistance is obviously nice. Damage to Shadow is obviously going to be great as well. But my other main concern about Knot is that we have Sandephalon existing as well. All right, Sandephalon, it's pretty much it's going to be very, very worrisome, because we're going to assume that Kimono Notte is going to work like Sandephalon, and as we know, Sandephalon isn't exactly the greatest of AI right now ever since they adjusted her. So what I say is we need to see more of her to see if she can even deal with the current Dominion endgame with Corrosion. But also, another reason why I think she's not untenable is because with Zodiark, all right, they're going to go in order here, all right? They're going in how they release in the High Dragon forms. We are assuming, at least right now, because of Primal Brunhilde being the next one in March. With Zodiark, he's the last one, and how we're going right now, he's going to be close to 4th year anniversary. We're not even at 3.5 yet. So we are going to wait a while. All right, we're going to wait a while before we hit the next mandatory light endgame content. So still have plenty of time to get lucky with her if possible, and we still have a dream summon along the way as well that should be arriving for 3.5 anniversary. If not, and if Zodiark is close to 4th year, we can still hold out a little bit on Zodiark, and during 4th year, we will most definitely be getting a dream summon or two. So, not mandatory right now. All this light stuff, it's not mandatory right now. That is my closing thoughts. But is this banner worth the summon? If you are struggling on light, this is going to be a solid banner. At the least for outside of Nihility. Inside of Nihility, there could be better options. If it was like Gala Aldrich being rerun, that'd be a different story. But those are going to be my thoughts on everything right now. I could be undermining Kimono Notte, but I'll try to make a video on her when we get more information. I'll try to do something on her because I feel like a lot of people eyes are on her right now. A lot of eyes are on her, so I will definitely try to do something. That way, you guys who are still on the fence, you will be covered there. I'll try to do something. But regardless, hopefully you did end up enjoying this video. Do let me know if you are going to summon on this banner, because I do know some people are going to summon for not, because it is not. I know a lot of people are missing Kimono Luca. I said Kimono Luca, Gala Luca. Apologies. And I do not know a single person summoning for Thor. I'm just going to put it straight. I do not know a single person who's going to summon for Thor. So that is going to be fun to see that this is going to be fun. And I'm still tired, so yeah, I'll get this video uploaded and probably get back to streaming Final Fantasy 14. So I'll see you all next time. See ya.